It's the Brother Streep garage of groundbreaking inventions.
Hello and welcome to the final episode of the Brother Streep Garage of Groundbreaking Inventions. This is a show where the brothers pitch made-up inventions to me. On my right I have Dylan Streep.
It's been an honor.
Okay, and on my left I have Simon Streep.
Hi.
My name is Andrew, and this week's theme is the workplace.
The workplace. People often, in American sitcoms at least, stand around water coolers talking about what happened the night before. I have a water cooler in my office, and I don't stand around it. I go there occasionally, very occasionally, and get a glass of water, and then I leave because, well, there's just three of us in that room, and we don't tend to all gather there.
And you're not the most healthiest people.
Yeah,
you
that's
gather
true
around
too.
the beer cooler.
Yeah, I wish.
That's a good invention.
The beer cooler.
Yeah.
So the beer cooler. No, but you do see these moments of people just sitting around talking about things and probably weighing out the big political issues of the day. And I think there just needs to be a water cooler screen of topics.
Oh.
That's what it says. You buy a water cooler. It comes with a little screen. It's connected to the internet somehow.
Everything is
Somehow,
these
yeah.
days.
That's the hardest part of this.
Okay.
And you walk up and you grab your little thing and you go, oh, Bob, so what do you think of the secrecy bill? Ooh, and then you can talk about it because it would be nice to have those moments. But I feel personally that maybe I wouldn't be able to contribute as much.
But what happens if it almost ostracizes you more and it brings up a topic that you know nothing about? Is at least simplified topics. What if it goes like, I don't know, quantum theory? And you're like, well, Bob.
Well, you could all, I assume you could all discuss how little you know about it. Maybe that'll spur on some whole other fun conversation. It could bring up things that were on TV last night.
That sounds like a great idea. I mean, you could take that further. You could have that sort of thing for an app for dating. Like if you were struggling for stuff to talk about.
Oh, okay, yeah, not at a water cooler.
Yeah.
Our first date will be at a water cooler at somebody's office.
Or worse, like here's a bunch of flowers and here's a water cooler. Why have you got me a water cooler? You'll find out later.
Okay.
I like the idea of a water cooler that you shake and it's like one of those magic 8 balls. And so you can sit there with Bob and go like, well, I wonder if I'm going to have a good day today if the boss is going to be in a good mood. He will.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Do you guys do water coolers at any point in your lives?
No.
Daily routine?
I mean, I'd like to have one. I like water from water coolers. But I also feel like tap water is just as good.
That's not though.
Well, it's
you
not
see,
though. That's you're wrong though.
the
I
water
had to break it up to you in the
water
last
from
episode, but
these-
you're wrong.
Yeah.
is cooler.
Yeah. That's why it's in the name, water cooler.
That's
cooler.
true. I'm clearly wrong. So Simon, do you have any suggestions?
Well, I do have a suggestion, and this might make me look like a bit of a slacker, but sometimes at work, I don't know about you, I get a bit sleepy. And work isn't really catered towards sleep. I mean, it's got no reason really to be unless maybe you work at, Beds for Africa or something. I just find that you've been working a bit and it's around lunchtime, and if I had the option...
Lunchtime? So early, you're already ready for a sleep.
No, just use it as an example. Like, so, say for example, you've hit lunchtime and you're like, sometimes I feel, rather than eating right now, what will fuel me more is a bit of a nap. And so if all workplaces just had a sleep room where it had a bit of a bed that was well maintained and you could go and you could book the sleep room because you don't want to just, pitch up there and there's someone sleeping. Oh,
Like an airport.
I don't really want to cuddle that person.
Yeah.
Kick them out.
So you just go there and you have a bit of a sleep. Because smokers get smoke breaks. Why can't everyone who's a sleeper get sleep breaks?
Yeah, but their smoke breaks are 5 minutes and not half an hour.
Power naps.
You didn't say how
long-
long the nap was going
Because
to be.
I take about like 10 minutes to fall asleep, generally. 5 to 10 minutes.
This room's not for you then.
No, it's not, because you'd come in after 10 minutes.
You're gonna
and
have
wake-
to-
as I'm falling asleep,
You're
you'd
going to
wake
have
me
to
up.
sleep at your desk on your keyboard like a normal employee.
Did you say you didn't want to cuddle that person? Is this a sleep room that caters for more than one person at a time?
Well,
so I
I'm
think
just-
you're going to have a lot of inter-office relationship pitfalls.
Oh, it's not meant for that. That's why I think you should be able to book it. I think it should be a double bed so people can be able to, if you're going to sleep properly. Double bed.
Okay.
But you do need to kind of sign in, I guess, the sheet. Otherwise, you will be, Gwen. That's not ideal.
What are you doing here? Okay, well, it's interesting. I mean, there must be a reason that people don't sleep at work. It must hinder productivity in some way.
Maybe.
At least during that time when you're asleep.
Yeah, I'm not very productive in my sleep.
But who's to
Might wake
say-
up thinking I've been productive.
Well, you could have some great business ideas. You come straight out of a cheese dream. Going, so listen, if everyone could fly from now on, it'll be much better for the company. I think it'd be cool if everyone had an individual fridge at their desks.
Ooh,
Because
I like this.
some offices have a kitchen area, some offices have a little bar fridge in the actual office. But there's always that thing of who's eating whose food. Oh, I'm just having some of your milk, hope you don't mind. And then they say it every day for the month. And then you realize, you know what, I've got no milk anymore.
Do you know what? You've just said, either in this episode or the last episode, that you work in an office with only 2 other people. It should be quite easy for you to figure out who's eating your stuff.
I'm thinking in general, big offices with lots of people.
I don't know, if Dylan's colleagues are watching, if you could stop stealing things from the fridge, it would be great.
Well, no, the problem isn't that even. I like the individual fridge because then you can keep tabs on your milk, obviously. But the problem is that milk goes off, and so do other things in the fridge. And that can be off-putting in an office that's quite, small. So if we could have fridges that not only are individual, but also kind of purge themselves of things that have gone past expiry date.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
So
get your head around it.
Okay, so you've basically invented 2 things.
Yes.
One is the sort of self-evacuating fridge.
Well, no,
it's
that's
this
one
yogurt
thing.
out the window.
I haven't invented individuality as a concept. You just have to have one of your own, and then that's all it is. Basically, I think a lot of food goes to waste because,
that is true.
And that's a bad thing. People starve in this world, as I've been told. And maybe if the food, as it goes off, because the other thing is you go up and you think, sweet, I've got a half an avo, that's going to be lovely. I bought it last week, it should still be fine. Open the thing, it's grown a face. It's not fine. You have to toss it out. And I think if things were tossed out more regularly, you'd realize that you have an empty fridge and you'd be buying things in more regularly, fresh, rotation of food.
Or,
I mean, are there any flaws in this?
I can even make it better. What you have is a system where somehow going into the fridge can register how long this product's meant to last for.
Yeah.
So for example, with the milk, it knows it's going to be 7 days. And the fridge kind of warns you. So when you open the fridge, it goes, 7 days.
That could be good. That's basically, that's just a warning.
Especially if you get up for a midnight snack and you go one of these at home. 7 days.
What? Or like it's expiring that night. Later tonight.
Well, I think it could work.
Could work. All right, so my next invention is kind of, for ages I've thought the etiquette online is a bit rude. I've thought it's quite, you wouldn't ever be in a situation where I'm having a nice conversation with you. Okay, hi Andrew, how are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Burp. And then I just walk off somewhere.
What just happened?
I just be right back at him.
Oh,
That's what I did. I just did that. You wouldn't do that's just rude. You can't, Andrew. Hey, Andrew.
Hi, how's it?
How are you doing? Are you
I'm
feeling
very
well?
well,
You were
thanks.
sick last week.
Yeah, I was.
Burp. Too bad. I'm not in a different conversation.
It's very distressing.
But I've subsequently thought maybe, and also, sorry, you wouldn't do it. I'm just trying to think of the different things. You also have the no entry sign. You wouldn't just randomly imagine coming up to tell me a story.
Well, once I went to the park and there was like a duck, and you're not listening. Why aren't you listening to me?
No entry. Do not disturb. Just don't.
So rude.
What are you doing? So I always thought this is just social media rude, but more of this is a feature. Because sometimes it's nice to like not be disturbed. Sometimes you're sitting on the train and you see someone you know, and you're kind of like, I don't really want to talk to them.
Point at me. I don't use the train.
You want to talk to them, so you're reading a book, you just don't come. I'm enjoying the music. Anyway. So
Try to
it'd
look
be
as
nice.
busy as you can. Just get everything out. Laptops open,
Oh no, I'm
headphones.
chatting to that person. Oh, that's interesting. You have white feet. So the thing is, what I'm thinking of is that what would be quite nice is for the workplace especially, because I'm like almost IT guy at my work. I'm actually a copywriter, but everyone comes to me with the IT problems, and it gets quite frustrating when I know it's cliche, but when you're telling someone turn your computer on and off for like the 100th time that day, it's quite frustrating. Imagine if I had a do not disturb hat. So what it was a hat. My invention is a hat that just has that no entry sign on, and if someone's wearing it, you know that they're out of bounds. They're like properly out of bounds. You can try to talk to them, but it's okay for them not to respond in any way.
I feel like they're not ever going to come to you ever again after you wear this hat. It's going to be so rude and offensive to them to basically go, no,
Yeah.
I've got no time for you today. I'm wearing this hat.
I just love it because
So they won't actually come back to you ever
no,
again.
it's only rude if you put on the hat during the conversation. That's what it's rude. Simon, sorry, the internet's down. Oh, is it? Is it really? Is it down?
Yeah, you were interested until they started describing the problem.
I, to be honest, think that you won't take it off. That you'll put it on the first time, and the first day will go so well that you will never leave it. Like,
You'll start
Well, then that's
wondering,
a
why
good
don't I have any friends? Why does nobody
Yeah.
talk to me? Why is my head itchy?
That's when you then take that hat off and put on the "Be My Friend" hat.
Oh, but that's a very sad hat to wear.
I wouldn't know.
The problem with for people like me is that hats don't fit me. You're gonna have
This
to.
comes in all sizes.
All sizes is not all sizes. These stupid hats, a large hat. What is a large hat? It's got a longer peak or something stupid. I honestly have a problem with hats that don't fit.
I will release this in the Humpty Dumpty size, and then you can feel safe and sound knowing that if it fits Humpty Dumpty, it's gonna fit you.
I mean, a lot of this shows the profile, so you may have noticed. I have a deceptively large, long head. It goes back. I'm like Alien. It's weird. You wouldn't think so from the front, maybe, but
Have
they
you
just
thought
don't
of?
fit.
I mean, there's an obvious solution.
Surgery. Just
Well,
lots
you
of
could do
more.
hat surgery. If you just cut a slit in the back, every hat will fit.
That's true. Like you could do with sweatpants if they didn't fit around your waist. Just cut a hole in them. Not that that's the next step for me, but this hat surgery.
Could work.
I feel like
Okay,
we've
so
gone
we've
back to last
invented-
week's
We've
topic of the
invented hat
wardrobe.
surgery.
Well, I have some inventions that I've found for the workplace, and I think they're great.
Don't want to hear them.
So, Dylan,
Yeah.
the first one is the keyboard silencer. Please don't. Please be my friend, hat.
Okay, yeah, he's counted my hat with his.
Yeah. So how this works is you're typing on your keyboard, and it's typing can sometimes be quite loud. Some people find it soothing, but other people find it very annoying.
Right.
You got it. And
Why
what
does
this
your
is.
keyboard play sounds like a,
Yeah, why
a
does it do
melody
that?
when you
No
play
one
on
plays
it?
the military road theme.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, anyway, this is basically just like a kind of leather pouch with
Alright.
a see-through part, so you can see your fingers that you just pull
What?
over the keyboard and your hands, so it cuts
What
off
do
all
you
the
mean you
noise.
can see your fingers?
So you need to be able to see
is
what you're
ridiculous.
typing. Not everyone can touch type. You need to be able to see your fingers, so it's leather everywhere else except for this.
Oh, because
see-through.
putting a piece of leather over something makes it completely
Yeah, it
silent.
does. Well,
That's
not
not
completely
true,
silent,
though.
but it keeps it quiet.
How does it do that?
So
Why don't you
instead
just
of
type softer? I mean, that's
I'm going to
some
start
people have
covering
loud keyboards.
press the buttons.
my car in leather because it's quite, you turn a car on and drive around, it makes a sound, people can hear it.
Fine.
Put
okay.
some leather over it, over the steering wheel, so I can still
is
see my
ridiculous.
fingers. The whole thing's quiet. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, I've got another one. This is called the white goat. All right. That
Is this
name,
for the
That's-
workplace?
that
That's
name
realistic.
doesn't have anything to do with what it does. What it
Good.
does is quite extraordinary.
Okay.
You're in an office environment. You're using a lot of paper. I mean,
Alright.
things are moving onto the web now,
Is
but
it
there's
going
still
to
lots
print
of paper.
the stuff onto a
No.
goat?
Once, instead of shredding your paper,
Give
what
it
you
to a
do
goat.
is you put it into this large machine called the white goat,
Yeah.
and it outputs toilet paper.
Ooh, but ones if you've got particularly rough paper and then you end up having rough toilet paper.
I mean, what kind of rough paper do you have?
Yeah, what are you printing?
Where do you get rough paper? Have you ever felt
Old
paper?
papyrus.
It's not rough. That's one of the things about paper is that it's
Yeah,
smooth.
okay. You're going to look like an idiot now because, yeah, fair enough. If you're doing it that side, paper not rough at all. On the
That's-
edges,
okay,
though,
that is very sharp.
Very sharp.
Okay.
That
Yeah,
is
I don't
sharp.
want to
What
put
if
that
you
on
get
my
a
bum.
paper cut down there?
Well, I mean,
Bad
you
place
could
for
get
work.
that with loo paper. As
Does
is.
this change paper's qualities to make it into loo paper?
It's a big machine.
I have
It's
a
quite a big
feeling
machine.
that you buy it and they've stocked it with like three rolls of toilet paper. You go, oh, this is amazing. It's just becoming toilet paper. Oh, it's run out.
And it runs out and says, call the technician. It comes in with a big bag. It's not toilet paper, it's
Yeah.
tools.
I don't want one.
I don't want one either. I'm
Alright.
afraid of cutting my bum.
I would definitely buy one. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode of the Brother Streep Garage of Groundbreaking Inventions. This is the final episode in the series, but you can see all the episodes on YouTube.
That's handy
It's very handy.
because I would like to watch them.
I
I've
have.
heard they're pretty good.
They're great.
Have you not watched them?
I've watched one.
Slack.
Dylan, any final thoughts? for
Yeah,
season?
just go on with your life, do what you love, and leave out all the rest.
Thanks. And for the audience at home,
That's you.
That was specifically for you.
yeah.
Watch our YouTube channels. Watch the Idols video. That was fun.
Simon?
To you or for the audience?
No, just to the audience.
Well, audience, thank you very much for tuning in each week and watching us. And we hope that we will come back a couple of weeks' time with some more interesting shows. Maybe not this long, because I mean, some of you are going, Flip, I've got to get back to work, or I've got to get back to that sleep I'm meant to be happening.
Yeah, exactly, at work.
And you know, maybe next series will be shorter. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be 5 hours. Deal with it.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.
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 I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go phone Michael Cohen and see if he's available for the next series.
He's not.